In this video we are going to create a simple modular system that can output the entry signal for different indicators. Right now we are trading the MACD entry signal. Right now it says buy, and when the line is crossed and the bars are drawn on the other side of the horizontal line, it will say sell. Now the signal has turned again and it wants to buy. Let's stop this test and find out how we can create an expert advisor that can handle different entries without changing the source code of the main module. To do that, please click on the little button here or press F4 in your MetaTrader. And now you should see the Meta Editor window, and here we want to click on File, New, Expert Advisor from Template, Continue. This one will be called Simple Module. Let's click on Continue, Continue and Finish. And now you can remove everything that is located above the onTick function here. And let's also delete the two command lines. The first thing we want to do is to include files. We are going to include external files that contain the function to find out if we have a buy or a sell signal. That can be done by using the include statement that is going to import the function within the check entry _iac.mq4 file. Let's open that file. This is it. It contains a function called check entry that will use the IAC function to create a sell signal or a buy signal, and it returns the signal to our main module. And in the onTick function, remember this is the function that will be called whenever the price changes, we get a string signal from our external file. So let's create a string variable called signal, and the value will be calculated in a check entry function. That function is located in our external file check entry _iac. And for this simple example, we just want to create an output for the signal. So let's use the command function to output the word signal followed by the calculated signal on our chart. Remember, you will need to have the imported file check entry _iac.mq4 in the same directory, or you need to tell MQL4 the correct path to that file. We have explained the IAC entry in another video. In our case, we want to find out how to import an entry as an external module. So let's click on the compile button here or press F7. And that worked without any errors and any warnings here. So now I can click on the little button here or press F4 to go back to MetaTrader. And in MetaTrader I want to use a little trick. Let's click on Insert Indicators, Bill Williams, and select the Accelerator Oscillator. Go with the default values here, click on OK. And here is the Accelerator template. So let's right click into the chart, select Template, Save Template, and save it as tester.tpl. Because this is the template that MetaTrader is going to use for the next backtest. And after you have done that, please click on View, Strategy Tester, or press Ctrl and R. Now please select the simple module.ex4 file we have compiled. Mark the option for the visual mode here and click on Start. And now our expert advisor is producing buy or sell signals based on the Accelerator Oscillator. Let's stop the test here. And now I go back into Meta Editor and I will exchange the entry file here. And now I include the check entry _macd.mq4 file. Basically it does the same as the other entry, but this time it uses the imacd function to create a sell or a buy signal and return it to our main module. This entry is also explained in another video, and now I need to compile the main module. So let's click on Compile or press F7. That also worked without any errors or warnings. So I can click here or press F4 to go back to MetaTrader. Let's delete the Accelerator Indicator. Click on Insert, Indicators, Oscillators, MACD. Go with the default values, click on OK. Here is our MACD indicator. So let's right click, save the template. Again we use the tester.tpl file. Click on Save and start another test with exactly the same expert advisor. And this time it creates signals based on the MACD indicator. And this is actually possible for any other entry. And now you know how to create an expert advisor that is able to include external modules for entry signals, and you have coded it yourself with a few lines of MQL4 code.